Let's add the point to the score, the money to the screen, then we can add the physics. So our money is globally unique, and we're going to add that as a resource. So dot insert resource, and then we're going to say pass it our money. Takes one field, has one field, and we'll give it initial value of 0. They'll add it as a resource, and it should be insert resource. Now, in the setup function, this is where we're adding all of our entity to the screen. So this text is also an entity. So let's add that. Spawn bundle from the commands. And we're going to spawn a text bundle now instead of a spread bundle. We want text. Okay, so this takes a few things. First field is text, and let's type text. The struct. And the next main thing is a style. Takes a struct as well, type style. So we'll just put the default here for now. And then under style, a few things we can change. So we're gonna keep the position at the top right, absolutely always, never change that. So our position type will be absolute. Then the position itself, we can pass in a rect. This rect has left, right, top, and bottom. So you can position it where you want. So we'll do top left, and that takes a val struct type px function. So over here we'll just pass it 0.0. That way it's at the top, absolutely at the top, and then we'll do left. It works in the same way. So call the px function 0.0. So it is at the top left, 0 pixels on either direction. Always top left. We won't do the right or the bottom. We don't need to. So for the rest, we'll just do default. And then there's still other things in style like display, direction, size, min size, border. You might want to play around with these, but I'm going to keep them as default. And then the only things we're adding is the style and the text. So I'm going to put a default here too, because text bundle has a few things. So it has transform, visible, draw, node, it has all these things, and we've only added the style and the text. So for the rest, I'll just keep it as default. Okay, so that should be everything now. Over here, our text, we're going to pass it a section array. Essentially, we'll have 2 sections of the text. Those sections, we'll pass it a vector lambda. So this vector is like it works like an array, so we can pass in 2 text sections to it. One text section, we'll pass in another text section, and first text section will actually hold the text of what it is, and the second text section will hold the points, the score that we're going to change, depending on if the player picks up a gold or dynamite, right? So this has a value, and the value we'll give it is money, but you can give it whatever you want. We gotta cast this to a string. Then it takes a style, and this the style field, we pass in a text style. That we can change a few things, like we're going to change the font, and you can get that from the asset server. So if you got all the files I said, there's a font in there inside of the font folder, and the font is called roboto-regular.ttf. Then we'll change the font size, and we'll make it 30. And we can change the color as well. We'll change the color, and we'll call the color struct color enum, and we'll get the orange color. That's really all we need over here, and we could just basically take this and put it into our text section on the second one. The only thing we got to change here is we won't have any text here because that's where our number will go. Everything else can stay the same. Getting error here because this is not capital. It should be capital. Instead of a struct default, there's a default function. So over here we have this error because we missed a comma right here. There was just quite a lot of stuff we added, and we're bound to miss some commas. And now that text should appear on the screen. So now we run this, it should just appear on the screen at the top left, and it will say 0. Let's wait for this to show up. Actually, it doesn't show up on the screen. Here, I'll show you. It doesn't show on the screen because we forgot one thing. We forgot to add a camera. So then in the beginning when we made this, we added a camera. We added a 2D camera right here. So this camera is for seeing the sprites basically, right? You need a camera to see text as well. We could add that camera as well. And then we should be able to see it. A spawn bundle, and then we want the UI camera. And we get a default UI camera. So now we should be able to see it. And I think I spelled the assets wrong. I spelled regular wrong. So correct that. Now we should be able to see the font on the top left. The text should say money, and there should be 0 to the right of it, or nothing. Right here, we've got our text. Now we can change this dynamically to whatever it is, so that the user gets one of these, the text will change dynamically.